Hello, 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 and welcome once again to a Prog Reborn. My name is M. Kostler. This is my progression style playthrough of Final Fantasy 14. If you don't know what that means, you can always check out the introductory video in the video description below. There should be a link, and if you happen to be in live chat, you can type in !intro to get that link as well. If you'd like to know when I go live, just like for the introductory video, there should be a link in the description below to the community Discord. You can also get that same link in the chat, or you can just subscribe to the channel. Finally, this is not a reaction style playthrough. It's not my first time playing the game. Main is up to date with patch 6.55. Latest patch as of this go live date. Party there. The latest patch as of this go live date. So if you're worried about any sort of spoilers for any info related to any part of the MSQ or anything with publicly available Dawn Trail information, then this is your opportunity to scoot on out. So yeah, I made my little trip over to the Aether Data Center so we could get those guild hests out of the way. Depending on how fast we get through those, we might switch on back to my main data center, to Dynamis, to finish off our side quest hunts. We were down to only side quests left in Lenosha. Yeah, only side quests left in Lenosha, I believe. And even there, I don't know how many are actually left. My guess is there's not a ton left, so we are pretty darn close to being finally done with patch 2.0 and able to move on to patch 2.1. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with these guild hests. Stinging back here. Immediately rearing to go. My guess is we're going to be through this pretty quickly. Boom, boom. The roaming bands before engaging the stationary targets. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. Immediately into it. I like this pink sword there. Axio. Cool. The same healer we had last time. Yeah, I wanted to see what this pink sword was all about. Oh, it's the Mandeville sword. I don't think I've ever seen the Dark Knight Mandeville sword. I don't think I can do any FC stuff while I'm on a different data center. Yeah, when I press the FC button, show up. Imagine over here as well. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there he is. Cool. Racking up the commends here. Oh yeah, I wanted to see. Yeah, it considers me not in a free company. So we got a Reaper, we got a Paladin with the Dragon Song? No, just the Uwu weapon. I don't know which you are. Let's say something with books. Maybe you're a monk. Okay. A black mage, most likely. Dancer, samurai, another samurai. This is a dual sword. Rogue. Those are way too big to be a rogue's dagger. So we got two samurais here. We've got Fun Girl. we've got Breaking Bad's Mike Ehrmantraut. Got a dancer with a generic dancer garb. Guessing white mage more than, yeah, because that's like the flower petal stuff. Bard. Another bard. Dark Knight with either Abyssos or Crystarium gear. Dancer. Samurai. Some type. RPers. Can't tell what this is. This fella. Back. Oh, it's from the hair. Dragoon. A miner. A paladin. A weapon on her, so I can't tell. Let's go check out the quicksand. Not on Balmung, so it shouldn't be packed. Crafter of some sort. Some folks doing MSQ. Up. Let's head over to Limsa and check out what's going on here. Some red mage of some sort, I think. Maybe a oh yeah, no, red mage. Miner. Alfard, something or other. Fine. Weird looking Elizin. Got a newbie with no plate. Sure. Most generic Midlander here look going on I've ever seen. The plate. I feel like they did a little, 'cause I feel like the head's tilted. Watashi no Name wa Tsukurai Shiroyo. I don't know. What are we doing here? Banjam will burst them before they burst on their own. Alright. Cool. Itsuyu look. The bangs. Catboy with bunny ears. doing integrals for some reason. Sure. Referencing a meme. Hey, I already looked at that person. Lalas scratching at each other. I'm gonna look at that YouTube video. Cat poke. Good lalas. Let's see. Stay generic cat girl. They have a card. It's like a card only for your own character. Oh, we missed the warriors with that's T weapon, I think. This is Ultima. With all the gears and stuff, I think it's the T weapon. Could be wrong. Kettle Knuckle Nexus. Generic Rose. Mare. Imagine I know what's going on here. I like this blue. The chromite axe. Somebody in the Yuna outfit. No adventure plate. Too many people. Find some weirdos. Couple weirdos over here. Hiding in the stairwell here. No. extinguish the flames to make him more susceptible. Cool. Hey, leveled up. It's good. What's the quest? Oh, the achievement. Completing the guild hests. Right, we're on a weirdo search. What are you working on? Fishing. Yeah, Master Poo Poo. The person working on fishing. Or just standing here for some reason. This is obviously the Rogues Guild, but we can't do that till 2.4. Yeah, I was working on fishing. It's unfortunate that ocean fishing isn't available to like 5.2. Ocean fishing is kind of fun. Baby Arcanists. Hanging out in Milvin's Gate. But then got a solitary Mamulja. There are quite a few Mamulja in Limsa. There's another one on the ring below the drowning winch. One claw. Hey, we're back with the astrologian. Cool. Where ocean fishing happens. Looks like we got a couple people hanging out. I don't think we're going to actually do any of the quests here, but we can probably at least look. Does not look like there's any more quests to do that we can do in Limsa lower deck. Auto Ice is just to lead you to the Rogues Guild. It's blue mage. This is the glamours for your scholar, which is like 6.4. This is dancer, this is sage, that's ocean fishing, and this was, I can't remember what it was, but it was something we couldn't do yet. So lower decks we can get rid of. Got upper deck. Aesthetician? I don't remember. I think that's .2. Scalp deep. .1. Wire for my mic is getting in my way. There, that should be better. Same with the challenge log. Is 2.2. Both of these are reputations. We're also done with upper. Let's go check out lower Lenosha. Bridge to full. I highly doubt that's something that we skip. I think we've got a few, quite a few here. Lower. What about middle Lenosha? Even eastern Lenosha? Either or. Eastern, we've got leaves and treasures, so I think we can mark off Eastern. Queen appear once your subjects are slain. Stop saying that was adequate. Did fine. Lenosha. Lenosha is completely empty. So there. That one off. Check Western Lenosha. There. Like cats and dogs we can't do. Let's double check. Like cats and dogs. Any of these quests that have, or most of these quests that have pets as the rewards, you can't do. Leaves, that's fair. Serious. Your day job. That one. Brother's keeper. My brother is not a keeper. That one. Flowers for whatever. Flowers for that one. I'll have a couple in Western Lenosha. And that's what we need to check is Upper Lenosha. Upper looks like it's clear. Just have 2 more zones to clear out. And simultaneously. Ah. Hey, let's go. There, all right. Yeah, so just two more zones. How many guild hests are there? I think we're pretty close to the end of the guild hests. Guild hest. Yeah, I think this is the last guild hest. The Solemn Trinity. We're probably done with this. We'll switch back to our data center and clear out these other two zones. Then we'd be done with 2.0. Good lord. I felt like I felt like we were still quite far away, but I guess we cleared out a decent amount of side quests early on, at least. I know when we were first going through like Ul'dah, spent time as part of trying to keep our jobs sort of in line with each other. We spent a lot of time going through and picking off the side quests. Whether or not that was a good idea for content creation is a different story. Oh right, this one is a quote unquote raid because it requires a full party instead of just a light party. Got a couple of mounts. I think only the only mounts that I could have. Maybe I didn't really look to see if there were any like mount drops from the binding coil. Any PvP stuff wouldn't be until later. Trying to think. The extreme mounts aren't until next patch. I'm thinking that's what's gonna be my my thumbnail. I still need to make that thumbnail. Probably gonna be the extreme trials. Something to do with Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan. Or maybe something to do with Crystal Tower. Yeah, I think Crystal Tower is probably the biggest thing in 2.1. Checklist. I have in 2.1. What I have in 2.1, I have highlights from the patch are Labyrinth of the Agents, the Wolves Den, which I know there's the Wolves, well, you don't see it right now, but there's the Wolves Den that exists, but not the PvP Wolves Den, which is much closer to World of Warcraft arenas. Housing, okay, so technically housing is in 2.1, so I shouldn't worry about it for my FC. Thorn March, which is just going to be part of the MSQ. Ooh, that's going to be the long one. Tribal quests. I'm going to have to get started on that early. The Sylphs and the Amalja were available in 2.1. Treasure hunts, that's another one that I want to do. Something that I don't really do on my main, so having that experience would be interesting. Aesthetician, unlock the quest. Hildebrand, obviously. A couple of new dungeons, and the introduction of Duty Roulette, which isn't really that interesting for my character, because we're not, like, you know, we're already fully leveled with all of our jobs to what we need them to be. I could do the Duty Roulette stuff, and which would mean my leveling would be, I'd have less leveling to worry about in Heaven's Word, but I wonder if that's sort of against the spirit of the playthrough. If I would have been, I can't prevent myself from gaining experience, but doing things that would gain me significant experience. But I can prevent myself from doing things that would gain me significant experience optionally, right? Like grinding duty roulettes and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'll have to make a decision on there. The actual checklist, need to do the build, get through to the build on the stone main scenario quest, which is the last MSQ for 2.1. The Immaculate Deception, which is the last Hildebrand quest for 2.1. Labyrinth of the Agents Alliance Raid, sure. Pharos Sirius, Copperbell Hard, and Hawkeye Manor Hard were introduced in 2.1. Thorn March Hard, Ultima's Bane, Ultima Extreme, which is the Minstrel's Ballad, Ultima's Bane. Bowl of Embers Extreme, Naval Extreme, Howling Eye Extreme, and technically the Chimera and the Hydra, but really we've already done those. That's just them being added, if I remember correctly, that's just them being added to Duty Finder. Right, we already talked about the Sylphs and the Amalja. In the treasure hunts, right, and then we also need to purchase a plot for the FC. So I need to see what level we would have to be in the FC to do that. That might be something where we'd have to postpone. We got the FC started so late. I've only got listed out until patch 2.3. Yeah, I've only got listed out until patch 2.3. So everything beyond patch 2.0 is going to be significantly quicker. So I need to spend some time to map out what else we need to do. Get together some thumbnails, work on some videos. Just both busy and lazy on video stuff. I wanted to get my class review, but that one really doesn't take. Really is kind of a timeless thing that you could do. The checkpoint videos, though, do need, yeah. Pumped out, though those can definitely be smaller videos. I've definitely had fun with this. I knew I was going to have fun. The thing that I didn't know is how much of a chore it would be. And it hasn't been as much of a chore as I thought it would be. The only thing that really felt like a chore was the crafting stuff. But I think that just comes with the 50 levels in ARR. My guess is it'll be significantly less of a chore in subsequent expansions, though I haven't really looked at the actual experience count required, because it could be something where sure, it's 50 levels, but the total amount of experience ends up being close to the same. The total amount of experience required, or maybe the amount of experience doled out per quest is less, things like that. Now we're up to 3 DPS in the queue. I can't even imagine how long this would take. This queue would take for on Dynamis. see, I'm trying to think. When we get to Heaven's Word, technically the diadem would be available, but it would have been the old diadem, which doesn't exist anymore. And the new diadem is tied to Ishgardian Restoration, which I don't think happens until Shadowbringers. Let me look that up. Ishgardian Restoration 5.1. Yep. Diadem. Right, they redid the diadem twice. It was the OG diadem that came out with Heaven's Word, introductory Heaven's Word patch content, and then the redo of the diadem basically at the end of Heaven's Word until, and that's what they left until they hit until they redid it with Ishgardian Restoration. But you can't access any of that old content, so just like with the Wolves Den, the old school PvP, and since it's not anything that I can actually access, I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's head on back to Limsa. It's beeping at me. I assume it's about the Super Bowl. The more I look at the Sage weapons and stuff, I'm not a huge fan of all of the Sage weapons. Just the design of the Sage weapons. No, I mean that in general. I guess my argument is that I don't feel like the design of just like these sort of like floating rocks that surround your character, that you sort of control with your mind, really feel like they work. The argument there would be, well, what about the focus that a red mage uses that you just have sort of floating, or similarly with an arcanist, sorry, not an arcanist, a astrologian. The I forget the generic name for the globe or the sphere. Those things are just sort of floating around, but you get your hand under it, so it feels like you're performing some magic trick associated with it. I mean, it feels too much like a power-up that you would get in, like, a shoot-'em-up, a shmup. Oh, you gained, you know, quad shot. It's represented by these additional locked pilots that float around your ship. Trying to think, am I more of a fan of the traditional weapons? Is there anything that's non-traditional, the classes that I enjoy? I like the astrologian weapon. Everything else is fairly traditional. It's really just the sage and the astrologian that have sort of, I guess, the gunbreaker, but you can argue, well, you can argue gunbreaker is from directly taken from FF8, so at least there's precedence for a gunblade. Snow White up here. It. Cool. And with that, we're done with all of the guild hests. So let me mark those off. And let's go ahead and head back to main DC. So I'm going to set this to standby while we do so. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, there we are. Forgot I muted myself. Alrighty, so we said there were only 2 zones remaining. Western Lenosha and Lower Lenosha. So let's head to Lower Lenosha real quick. Now, Deacon Vameli's veteran shipwright Mimidoa seeks someone to travel to Oshan's torch in his stead. What do you say? Another initiate, eh? Initiate, you say? Getting lots of initiates these days. Lots of initiates. What day you say it was? Now I reckon this initiate's here looking for work. Work, you CK? You need not fret, as I just happen to have a task what needs tending. Dear friend of mine, Roston something or such, is holed up in the lighthouse on this side of the grip. Used to be that I'd visit the lad once a sennight to see how he was faring, but me legs just ain't the same since the gout's gone and grabbed a hold of him. I'd be grateful if you could check up on the Candlekeep in me stead. Oh, and don't ye be forgetting to take along 4 curved jackal fangs. Tell them they're from Mimidoa. I'll understand. 2, 3, 4. Switch over to Dragoon. You're right, lonesome up here all alone. Not but the wind's chill to keep a man company. Some days I carve jackal fangs to help clear me head of the voices. This is calling me back to the great blue. Brownish yellow stain on this sharp tooth suggests a diet rich in carrion. Was this? Make me do a send you, did he? Well, you tell that old man he needn't waste his few last sons in this realm worrying about poor Rostenstein. I'll carry on as I always have, in service of the sailors, alone till the day I die. Where'd you crawl in from? I don't recall sending for no niche, you'd say. In progression, I once knew a lad named M back when I served on the Cloud Dancer. Strapping young lad with teeth as white as Princess Paps. He ain't him, though. Nose ain't quite right. Who are ye again? Ah, I got something to tell me, has he? Ross? What's that mumbling milksop whining about this time? Now let me guess. That he's lonely? Ugh. Put a pair of warm women in his arms and another on his lap and it'll be right as rain. Is what I do to help me forget that what ails me. Not that old Mimi Doa needs much help forgetting, mind ye. Might be that I'll send him up a few saucy strumpets coming this evening. Wafufu. Poor Wafufu's food cart is light a few lunches, and she needs help locating the lost meals. Oh, woe is me. You seem to have gone and misplaced my packed lunches. Never mind it, do. I can hear Alt's belly grumble from all the way over here. Certain I made enough for everyone, so it must be I either dropped a few or gave some to the wrong fellows. You hear that? It's At's belly again. Not look all pleased, does he? I must stay with my cart, and if you can search the dry docks and see if you cannot find those lunches, I'll be eternally grateful. I'd even whip together something special for you. See that? At just gave me the evil eye. If those lunches don't turn up soon, I'm afraid it'll come over here and eat me. Wafufu lets you know that it's a female name. Wafufu be needing one of her lunches back, you say? You know, I was beginning to think the lass had eyes for me. Not just she's me type, mind ye. Like me women a few hands taller, a few pounds heavier, a few shades bluer, if you catch me drift. I wouldn't mind the extra meal, though. A man can work up quite a craving when he's been pounding, stretching, and shaping sheets of iron all day. Don't tell me. Come to collect my lunch. I can see it in them accusing eyes of yours. Sure, I knew right well that none of these lunches was meant for me, but with today being my day off and all, I never thought little Wafufu would miss just one. If I give back the lunch, would you promise not to mention that it was I who took it? I don't want the lass to think I was trying to swindle her. So that's sort of what I was trying to do. But she doesn't have to know that now, does she? Right then, carry on. Like this little bit right here. Dock. Please tell me you found the lunches. Swear Abrams shifted several paces closer since you departed. Boiled boar, stewed dodo, steamed cabbage, a slab of stone cheese, and a hunch of day-old bread. Everything a hard-working shipwright needs to maintain his or her vigor. One, two, three, four. You did it. You found all the missing lunches. Now perhaps I can rest in peace. But Adram won't be indulging in his cannibalistic fantasies. At least for today. Where is this person? Down here. Deacon Vameli's shipwright, Hez, needs help heating his rivets. When it comes to riveting, you could search the realm over, but you won't find none better than Hez. 10 score rivets a bell I drive, twice that if I'm not in me cups. The key to driving rivets proper-like is how hot you can get the buggers. The hotter the rivet, the stronger the bond she'll make with the steel plate. Problem being, was I to heat me rivets in the forge, they'd be as cold as a dead horse crotch by the time I haul them back to the victory. That's why I use the white-hot cores of lightning sprites. But as you can see, the supplies running a tad low. If it ain't too much trouble, will you be so kind as to fetch me some? You look as if you could take on a whole pack of sprites with one hand tied behind your arse. Lots of vulgarity in ARR. I'm approved or anything. It's interesting to notice. Three cores and I can be done with the day's work and back at the ale house where I belong. These white-hot cores are sometimes used by blacksmiths and armorers as a source of heat when driving rivets into metal plate. Leviathan's Eye, you really done gone and fetch me the blinking cores. Abram will be right pleased to see that, he will. It was the foreman what came up with the idea to use cores to heat the rivets. Clever one, that man. Sharper than a fang in a fishback's beak. Probably it's why he's made chief so quick-like. Warby Drydock's yardmaster, Yogi Hanalgi, seeks someone to aid his crew in taking inventory. I'm looking for a strapping young adventurer with his numbers. Good with his numbers to help tally our remaining supply of planks and logs, but I suppose you'll have to do. Now that work on the victory is nearing completion, we need one final count on the lumber we have, so I can determine if we need any more. I already have Radzin Milzen and Romeo Falimio started on the tally, so speak with them and see what they found. Bring me back the exact number of quarter deck logs and forecastle planks remaining on site. Understood? You don't actually have to count them like in Shadowbringers. Just finished me count of the cedar masts, and the yardmaster ain't going to like what I have to tell him. What? You'll tell him for me? Well, be me a guest then, lad. Victory, being as big as she is, will be outfitted with 3 full-size masts and 2 smaller masts. Each mast will have its own set of 4 to 5 spars, or cross masts, from which the sails hang. One need not be a scholarly from Melvin's Gate to know that that's a whole hell's worth of lumber. And so, just how many mast-worthy logs did I count here? 4. Not 400, not 4 not even 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dig out of the yard, master, but don't say I didn't warn you. Berthing planks. Not one more, not one less. I counted them twice and then counted them thrice more. Good measure. You may be in trouble though, if them shipwrights need any more than what ye see before ye. Fires of the calamity claim most of the trees in old oakwood. What of those that remained, ye ask? Why, we chopped down the rest to help build the victory. I trust he had enough fingers to help you through the battalion. So tell me now, what did you find? Those be grim numbers indeed. Calamity may just be a fading memory, but it seems we're still far from truly healing. It's a salt-blooded Lamenson. It pains me to say it, but we may have to turn to them tree folk in Gridania if we're to finish the victory on time. I think I'm gonna call it here. Give myself probably enough to do a short stream for next stream to finish everything out and end 2.0. Oh yeah, so we're gonna call it here. So I haven't cleared out all of this zone yet. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind giving a like on the way out, that'd be greatly appreciative. I'd like to know when I next to go live. You can always subscribe to the channel or join the community Discord like I talked about at the beginning of the stream. !Discord, or find the link in the video description below. And yeah, only 2 more things to go. Just finishing off this zone and finishing off Upper Lenosha? Western Lenosha. We'll be on to 2.1. What a journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.